Welcome, Pagan Crafters. I'm Cara. Today we have an extra magical video just in store for you today. I am sponsored by the Open Circle from Alberta, Canada. If you've noticed, I've been obsessed with these gem sands the past couple years here on my channel. I use them in almost everything. Now, the amazing Witchy business that creates these gem sands and sells them has sponsored me. So today in this special video, we're going to go on a little adventure. We're going to go to Pagan Pride Day. We're going to head down to a pagan market. We're going to visit the Open Circle there and see where exactly the gem stands come from. We're going to ask them some questions. We're going to get to know them. Then we're going to come back to my workspace here and we're going to go over spell ideas, magic project ideas, ritual ideas, combination ideas, craft, home decor ideas. And then I'm going to give you some combination with herbs and crystals, or two combinations with two different crystals for different things that you can invoke with them. I can't wait to show you how potent and how magical these gem sands truly are. Now come with me, let's head to the market. Hey, this is Cara from Pagan Crafting, and I'm here at Pagan Pride Day with Sheena from the Open Circle. And this is where I get my gem sands from twice a year. And I come in and have a look around, and today she's sponsoring me in my channel. So we have some quick questions too while we're here. And one of them is, what inspired you on your metaphysical journey?
So honestly, when I first started out, there wasn't really anything in my area. And I come from like a small town and I don't really drive. And I'm thinking like, well, maybe, there's other people in my situation.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
That you brought that to your community. Now we have the gem stands. I use that a lot on my channel. People have seen that a lot in many workings. I've been using it for 2 years on my channel. So cool. I see her twice a year, Beltane and Pagan Pride Day. Now for you, because for me, I only discovered them a couple years ago. When did you first discover them?
Honestly, kind of like right around the same time. So I'm always looking for new products and like fun new things to bring in. And I saw these and I'm kind of like, oh, these are kind of neat. And it took a while to figure out, how they're going to sell because you have to package them the right way. And then they've just been like, honestly, like one of my best sellers ever since.
Really?
They're really versatile, as you know.
As I know, I use them for so much, so many things. We're going to be doing a video where she gifted me some gem sands, and we're going to be doing some experimentation. You're going to see that right after this part of the interview. And we're going to see what the new sands can and can't do, and what else maybe I could use with them that I haven't used yet on the channel too.
I'm really excited for that.
Now, where do you get your crystals from, and how are they turned into sands?
So the crystals kind of come from like all over. I've got different distributors, and then the crystals themselves come from various different places all over the world. Okay. Amethyst comes from different places, but it'll vary depending on where it comes from.
The grade and color.
Yeah, exactly. Brazilian amethyst is really dark, versus like the stuff that we get here in Canada is like a lighter. So gem sand is essentially, when you tumble a stone, it's really, really fine particulate. And that's essentially what it is. It's literally just crystal dust.
Cool. I love using it. It's so awesome. Now, we have her booth here right behind us. Besides gem sands, what other kind of goodies do you carry in your shop? What are some of your favorites that you like to sell?
The favorites that I kind of like, so I have these crystal hair sticks that I do. And they're really fun because I do them all custom, so I get to have fun with those.
You make them?
Yep.
Oh, we have. My daughter has one as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Some of the other things that I do is I do a line of uncrossing products. I also have reversing candles.
Those are beautiful.
Yes, and I make those all myself. And I do a line of room sprays and essential oils as well. Yeah.
Natural. Very cool. Well, thanks so very much. And what we're going to do here, I'm going to show in just a moment the crystals that she gifted me for this sponsorship. Welcome back. Alrighty. So, what is gem sands and why do witches love it so much, especially art witches? Why do we love it so much? Because gem sand, let's talk about what it is first. It is a crushed leftover debris from working stones, working crystals. It can come in a fine powder or more of a sand. Now, this carries powerful potency. You only need a little pinch, goes a long way with this stuff. It's versatile. You could use it in from, well, we're going to go over ideas for it. Spell jars to candles to resin art, art decor, mojo bags, mist media, you name it. I think for me, it's a stronger distribution of energy when using these gem sands. It's broken into like more like little tiny particles and the energy spreads more evenly. I find I could use it with glue to the back of to clay to make you paint out of it. It's so much fun. Now, color magic, each sand is vibrant. Witchy colors are naturally aligned with spellcraft intentions. Each of these vibrant colors have correspondences. I have taken the liberty of looking up the magical correspondence for the element, for the planet, and the magical meaning. Now, with color magic, you could use it in so many different ways. So I think I'm just going to explore the magical meaning of the crystal today because we've done color magic before. Aesthetic witchcraft. It looks just, you know what? It just looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous in layers. It looks gorgeous in spell work. It's beautiful. It's powerful. And we're going to go over some jar layering with many different ideas for you in a moment. The Open Circle sponsored me with 16 different gem sands. Now, these are from their new line. The other line that they used to have, they called it gem sands as well, but it was more like a dust. It was just divine. Very, very easy to make paints with and inks with. They're finer sand. Now, these ones are more like fine, like you would find granules of actual sand. More like finer rock chips. Very, very, very nice, very easy to use. Some of the colors that are from her new line, we have her standard stones or standard crystals. We have the green adventurine, the amethyst, clear quartz. Oh, where's the other one? Smoky quartz is a new one. Black obsidian, red jasper, I believe, is a new one. Carnelian, new one. Peterot, new one. Malachite, I believe she had before. Did I have it before? Yes, she did. Okay, so she had the malachite before, but the smoky quartz I don't remember. Ocean jasper is new. Caribbean calcite is new. Amazonite is new. Rainbow tourmaline is new. Fire quartz is new. And bumblebee jasper is also another new one. Now the prices to these gem sands vary. Unlike the gem dust, I want to call them, that she used to have in her line. She's just, whatever is left is left. So every time I see her, I'm grabbing like 2 or 3 of each of things. Oh my gosh. But these ones have different prices to choose from and different crystals to choose from on her website. I'm going to throw that down in her description. In the description down below is her website and her Facebook link as well. Say that Cara sent you from a Pagan Crafting. And I think we need to get into some excitingness. So what can we use these gem sands for? I have so many different ways. It's hard to even... We're going to go over combinations after I go through some inspiration for you. Then we can go over herb or crystal combinations, crystal and herb combinations, and to empower your different magical uses. So a protection salt blend, you can mix black tourmaline with salt for warding your home or tools. You can do a self-care. You could use some rose quartz, and that would be good for sprinkling at the base of a pink candle. Road opener powder, citrine carnelian sand to break any blockages. We have banishing line powder, so that would be obsidian and some onyx sand if you have that. I don't have that one quite yet. I think I have that one in the powder though. Ooh, I need them all. Oh my gosh, I need them all. I see her twice a year, at one at Beltane in May and Pagan Pride in September. So that's when I get on my gem sands and I always say hi, and it's just so exciting. She's got such an array of collection of stuff. My daughter always buys the crystal kitty figurines, or we call it cat butt. It's got his little butt up in the air. It's so cute. Now some other stuff, keep it on track, is strengthening your mojo bag. Again, a little bit of pinch goes a long way. Dream Calm Sachet, amethyst to dream pillows underneath your bed. Where's my amethyst? Right here. And money candle dressing, green adventuring. Some citrine, I have some citrine over there, would be really good mixture for money spells and candles. Healing and sleep power, Amazonite. There we are. Here you are with Peter Dot, with good for energy cleansing, mixing those two together. Okay, now we're going to get into some artistic and craft uses. Crystal infused paints. Unfortunately, I couldn't break this down to a powder use like I was able to with the other crystal dust that I used to have. But you can add it to your ink. So your divination ink, your empowerment ink, you can add it to that. You can add it to your water bowls. With your divination ink, it's going to power it up. Adding it to infused paints, I would use more of like a natural paint or acrylic paint, something thicker that you could add some texture with. Add some gum Arabic powder into your paint that would really thicken that up, or a good solid medium base to just like whoosh it up. You can sprinkle some on top and then seal it in, or you can just have it as a texture, the infusement. You know it's there, set it and forget it. You don't have to see it. So texture paste, you can make that. Resin pendants, resin coasters, resin jewelry. I have this little teeny tiny mold that I can make beads individually, so you can put special things inside the beads anything you'd like. And the crystal dust, the crystal sands would be so pretty inside that. Oh my goodness. Especially with the smoky quartz, how it shimmers would be really cool. Now, rune boards fill grooves with sand and glue. Uh, Now, rune boards, you could actually carve out runes, sprinkle in the crystal dust, and then glue over top of that, Mod Podge, anything, even, pardon me, some silicone, and let that dry for a couple days, and then you have infused runes with your crystal dust. Grimoire book covers, texture accents. You can seal it. You can seal it underneath the Grimoire pages if you want as well. Put your cover over top of that. Infuse it. Imagine empowering your book with crystal energy. Oh my gosh, that's such a cool thing to do. Grimoire pages, small moon rune shapes. You can sprinkle in some shapes. So you could draw in some shapes with glue, sprinkle it in the crystals, and then have little shapes, moon, stars, anything, let it dry, sprinkle it up. Just like when you're gluing on sparkles. You're gluing up, making your pattern, sprinkle it in your sparkles, let it dry for a day, then shake off the excess. So you have some totally infused into your paperwork. And another one is paper or clay infusion. So if you're doing your coffee dye, enchanting your paper, you may have noticed on some of my videos that I've used crystals in the water, but crystal dust. Imagine the gritty texture on the paper would be so cool to have that as a narrative in your creative thought process. Oh, all these cool things you could use. Protective seals. I was with Wine and Witchcraft. We did our wreaths, and on the back of the wreaths, I used black tourmaline mixed with Mod Podge glue. On the back of the mirror, I put a mirror in my wreath to scare away spirits, to scare away negative energies. But on the back of that mirror, I put the Mod Podge and crystal infusion together and let that dry. It's on the back of the mirror is painted black. You can't even tell. Set it in, forget it. No one needs to know. I know it's there. It's doing its job. I'm very happy. Now, protective seals. Woo! I got to grab some stuff here. Wax stamp seals. These ones are so much fun. You may have seen me also use the crystal dust in with I pour the wax, have my stamp seal. It's infused with the artwork. No one needs to know. Again, it is beautifully sent into the artwork for the intended. A crystal sand mosaic. Imagine building that, laying out the crystals on a grid, just like the monks do in Tibet. Using magical gem dust on your crystal grid. So, 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 so powerful. So powerful. Now, pagan uses also, and some more witchy uses we could use these gem sands for would be elemental correspondences. Using different gem sands to represent the 4 elements in your altar. You could represent chakras. You could represent planets. You can represent the Sabbats. You can represent the days of the week. You can look up correspondences to each day of the week. You can have jars for that, depending on what you're rocking in your intention to. Samhain, ancestor blend, a pinch on the candles. Oh, what would you use? Great for that. I would use some amethyst with some black obsidian. I think I would bring in some smoky quartz, some spirit activation. That would be a wonderful combination right there. Astara egg craft. Fill decorative eggs with sands and symbols and rebirth and fertility. Imagine all the beautiful colors you could rock in with. And have you ever gone on an Easter egg hunt? When you open up the Easter egg, there's crystals inside. I'm telling ya, it's a day for the girls, that's for sure. A Maboon harvest jar, layering gem sands with herbs to symbolize abundance and gratitude. We could use a full moon charging bowl, depending on which gem sands you use in the bottom of the bowl. That could also help empower and amplify your full moon water. And the same goes for solar sand offering. Think about yellow aventurine, citrine, throwing that in the outside in the sunlight to honor the sun deities, bringing in, charging up that energy. Rune casting base, sprinkle sands on a tray or cloth and cast your runes on top of it for divination. You could also draw in sigils into your sands and leave that there on your altar. Crystal sand circle for tarot. Oh my gosh, the possibilities are endless. Place tarot cards inside the circle of the gem sands for cleansing and charging, going back to your crystal grid again, once again. Elemental candle holders. Press gem sands into the clay of candle holders and dedicate it to each element, for example, or for a Sabbath or a season of the year. Now, spell work application. Binding spell bottles. Mix gem sands with string, thread, inside bottles for binding energy. Dream pouches, healing satchels, prosperity floor suite. Mix gem sands with hurt and salt and sprinkle and sweep over the energetic floor. You need a good clean in. Sprinkle some on your floor and sweep it up. Would you throw out those crystals in your garden? I would. Yeah, I would. Divine feminine masculine offerings. Certain sands can rock a male or female energy. Whether some people like that or not is true. They have a male, female, they have an element, they have a planetary. Each of these crystals will have a beautiful magical meaning that go with. Shadow work, also charms would be a really good, or shadow work talisman, shadow work spell jars. A little bit of pouch or some shadow work with some black gem sands to carry around with you to activate what you need to work with. Elemental bath ritual. Now make sure none of these little crystals get down your drainage, so you could put it in some cheesecloth, for example. Scrying base too. We talked about using the moon water and a bowl. You could also use a black bowl if you'd like, and you could use with some gemstones in the bottom. Yeah, I like using a white one. I'll actually spray paint. I spray painted a black bowl on the inside, had black on the outside, white on the inside. And we use it on the channel too for our ink scrying divination. And that too, we just put chunks of crystals in it, but putting in the crystal dust would be powerful, powerful, powerful. Next one, home decor and altar ideas. Altar elemental bowls you can make. We did ancestral magic, and I mixed the crystal. I think I used black tourmaline, rose quartz, and it looks like it's in, I should look at it, and some green aventurine, and I mixed it right into my clay, and I made the impressions with the leaf, and I made my ancestral offering bowl with the infusing crystals right into the earth's clay. Moon phase jars, a jar for each moon phase filled with crystals, a different one for each phase, depending on what the crystals mean, depending on what the moon phase mean, that you could use for that at the same time. Another one is a mini cauldron filler. You could use black obsidian or like a smoky quartz sand, and you can even put your coal right on top of that. That would look really gorgeous. A chakra layer jar. The 7 layers of each of the chakras coming up in the jar would look so beautiful. Wheel of the Year jar. 1 sand color for each Sabbath. Again, layering. Terrarium base. Oh, place regular sand with crystal sand. Do some layers. You can make some little pathways with the different colors. An oil burner tray, a tea light or incense holder in gem sands. Maybe I want to try that one. A crystal charging bed. Again, amethyst, quartz, selenite sand. These are all like really great ones to use for your charging, your crystal grid, your charging boards. Ancestor altar sand. I would go with a smoky quartz. And a black obsidian would be really cool for that. So another thing you could do is you can try mixing up your crystal gem sands with anointing oils. I'm just going to look around what I have here. Anointing oils, clay, divination ink, essential oils, my paints. I have combinations used with herbs, maybe a black tourmaline I could use with a rosemary for a protection bottle. Safe travels bottle, I might use tiger's eye and a clear quartz to amplify the goodness coming in. Spirit communication jar, maybe some amethyst and some labradorite would be a really cool combination. A manifestation jar, citrine, pyrite, gold sand. I would use... you could use a yellow garnet, a yellow adventurine, citrine, golden healer, grief healing jar, moonstone, and rose quartz would be a really good one to use for sure. Love attraction jar, red jasper, rose quartz, house blessing jar. Oh, definitely rose quartz, blue quartz, and sea salt. Personal power jar, smoky quartz and garnet would be really good. I like working with garnet. That's a nice, powerful energy too. New beginnings bottle, peridot and aquamarine. I don't have aquamarine yet, but that is a possibility. See if they have some available. Elemental jar. Again, you can layer all 4 elements in the harmony using colors that Open Circle has for you. So I've gone over 40 plus different options, and I really want to thank you for hanging out with me today. It has been an absolute pleasure. I got to go through my library and just see all the different things that I have used these in the past. I just came up with more ideas that we could use, from home decor to your altar to chilling with, just things you could use in your everyday arts and everyday with your art magic, with your crafts, with bringing it in the mundane. Power up some crystals underneath your bed. There's so many different little places and homes that you could use this. Now, I did try experimenting with these. I did try smashing them up smaller into a dust, and it just would not work with these ones, but there's still some amazing, amazing things you could do with these. Well, I want to thank the Open Circle for sponsoring this video today. And we came up with many, many, many uses. And as I said before, their website is in the description down below. Please support your local crafter, artisan, marketer, vendor, especially in the holiday season. Support your friends first, support your local crafters first, and that alone helps out our recession and our economy. Well, thanks again, and have yourself an amazing